This is Andrew Stotz of A Stotz Investment Research talking about Indonesia, which is has the strongest fundamentals in Asia and is quite a fast grower these days. So I look at countries from 4 different angles. Let's start with the first one, which is GDP. What we can see from this is that GDP has been good overall, and at 4.84, it's one of the fastest growing GDPs in all of Asia. What we can also see is that all of the contributing components of GDP are giving a positive contribution. In other words, this country is firing on all cylinders. Now, it's mainly driven by private consumption. We can see that of the 4.84% in GDP growth, 2.4 of that came from domestic economy. And then we see investments at 1.18. The government spending is the smallest portion, which basically means it's a private sector driven economy right now. Let's continue on for the country information and markets. And what we can see here is that the country's delivered the highest ROE in Asia, and consensus forecast shows it's expected to continue. Of course, analysts almost always expect it to continue. It's very rare that we predict a turning point, but things look relatively good in Indonesia. Now, of course, that's reflected in the price of book, which is one of the 3 most expensive in Asia. But still, at about 2.6, 2.3 in 2017, it's not extremely expensive. So if we look at the next component, which is FVMR, the 4 elements that I look at, fundamentals, valuation, momentum, and risk, we can see that the overall ranking means that this is the second most attractive country in all of Asia. Very attractive on fundamentals with the 16.5% ROE, which was in first half of 2016. And valuation is moderate. It's a little bit below average, but not so bad when you consider fundamentals are very, very strong. Momentum, price momentum's good, and overall momentum's average. And then finally, risk. We have low gearing and low beta for the past quarter or so. So to me, this market looks attractive. Now, the next thing is sector performance. Let's see where we are right now. What we can see is the 3 largest sectors. Well, it's consumer staples driven by, for sure, that's over a quarter of the market, are consumer staples companies. Then financials, almost another quarter. So now you've got half the market in those 2 sectors. Then finally, consumer discretionary. If we look at the best sector in stock, we can see that healthcare is the best sector, up almost 17%. And PT Silom, which is hospital, is up by 43%. If we look at the worst sector, we can see utilities is down almost 11%. And we can see that Gas Negara Persero, which is down about 11%. So that wraps it up for Indonesia. You want to see more? Well, get access to online research and articles, as well as signing up for a free membership and newsletter. Just go to Become a Better Investor Now, BABI now.com/join.